Welcome back, all you YouTube nail mother lovers. Today we're going to be making this. Some more springtime pretty purple flower things. Let's get started. So joining me today is the sound of 3,000 ambient cicadas and some chickens. So here we go. I've started these tips off with the Apres Gel X Tip Primer and some base coat. Now we are going to start with our 2 layers of the base color, which is just a nude. It's my favorite nude at the moment because it's got sparkles in it. Then I have chosen a purple and I am going to apply what Born Pretty calls watercolor gel, but it's really just a blooming gel. I'm taking a petal brush, and it's called a petal brush. Why? Because it's very good at drawing petals. And all I'm doing is taking a bit of the color and dragging it through the blooming gel. As you can see, I've created a flower, or the suggestion of a flower, and some splodges across the top. Now what I'm going to do is take a liner brush and some black gel, painting gel, and I am going to draw again the suggestion of petals. It doesn't need to be specific, and kind of with a nature thing, the rougher the better, but make sure the end of your petals sort of poke out and there's little bits of gaps and just imperfections. Draw some veins in them, draw some lines down them, be random is what I'm saying, because nature loves to be random. Be creative, cure the shit out of that, and then come back with, you guessed it, bling. So the best way to bling up the flowers, obviously, as I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel there because I'm too tight to, text message from my husband. What's he got to say? He's got a flower in his mouth in the picture. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm not going to show you because it's private and we don't like showing our faces, which is why you get finger dancing all the time. But that's so beautiful. Thank you, husband, because you're the only person who watches these videos. Love you lots. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yes, bling! So as you can see, what I'm doing with the bling is putting the center in the flower and then just making it look pretty around the outside. I've popped a tiny bit of bling and some of those bastard micro beads that shit you up the wall along the leaf. And then I am going to kiss the top coat up against the gems. You can go over the bastard micro beads with the top coat. They don't have facets, so it doesn't matter if they're not shiny, but don't go over the gems. Doesn't that look pretty? Yes, it does. So what I'm going to show you now is how I created the rest of the set. So I didn't show you the blooming gel part because it's really, all I did was randomly put purple streaks in the blooming gel, and now that I've cured it, I'm going back in and I'm looking at the best way to draw in the suggestion of the flower or the leaves or the buds in this particular case, and they don't need to make sense. In fact, it doesn't make sense. Blinged out, looking great. This one, again, just some random streaks on the nail with the blooming gel, and then I'm again figuring out what's the best way to draw the suggestion of a flower onto it. As you can see, right, the trick to really pretty lines is a really good liner brush. And I have to say, the liner brush that I'm using is the Dorota Polika. Please excuse my pronunciation of that, Dorota. And she has her own YouTube channel and she sells her own products. And that liner brush is to die for. There is no better brush out there to draw lines with that I have come across, and I've bought a lot of sheet brushes, kissed a lot of the frogs to get the prints, so to speak. Again, just drew some blobs and lines and shit on the nail with the blooming gel. Now I'm going in and drawing leaf suggestions, or petal suggestions is probably more like it. And using that fine brush, you can get fine strokes, and it just makes your work look so much more delicate, really. If you've got these big podgy lines on the page, fuck me, what am I talking about here? Jesus Christ. If you've got podgy lines on your nail, then it really just sort of takes away the delicacy that you're trying to get when you're creating these. What I'm doing here, since there's a lot of purple down in the corner, I'm making the suggestion in the bottom left that there's two plants overlapping, or two flowers, whatever you want to call the bloody things, overlapping, and then a little bud up the top. So I'm going to put two gems next to each other to suggest that there's two flowers down there. Sorry, I had to take a bite of my musk stick. Sorry, not story. Put the gems around, give it a cure. Then you put the whole set together, and look at the magic that creates when they all sit together. They're completely random. They're all different, but they work together as a set. Whoa! Here we go. Sparkling pretty. Nice. I hope you got a little bit out of this, even in my rambling and swearing. You might have got something out of it. It really is random placement of purple streaks on the nail, and then once you put the random streaks on, go back, have a look at it, and see where best you can put your brush strokes to create your flower suggestions. Please like and subscribe, give a fellow YouTuber some love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!